All right, let's get right into it. Have you ever had that feeling where you're basically at war with yourself? You know exactly what you should be doing, hitting the gym, tackling that big project, having that tough conversation, but there's this invisible force just pulling you, dragging you back to the couch? Well, today we're going to talk about how to win that war for good. So the very first thing we have to get our heads around is this fundamental conflict. Your brain isn't actually on board with your biggest ambitions or your wildest goals. Its number one job, hardwired over thousands and thousands of years, is just to keep you safe, to protect you. And you know what? That protection usually looks a whole lot like keeping you comfortable, scared, and quiet. This slide, man, it lays out the battle lines perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you've got your brain's default settings: comfort, rest, doing nothing. It's all about conserving energy. But then, on the other side, you have what it takes to achieve anything that matters: resistance, action, strength. They are in complete, direct opposition. This is the war you're fighting every single day. So, why does this war even exist? To win, you have to understand your enemy. So let's break down the mechanics of your brain's deep-seated survival mode. This right here is the absolute key. Your brain doesn't care if you get a promotion or build a business or get into the best shape of your life. Its operating system is ancient. It's programmed for one thing and one thing only: survival. So anything that takes a lot of effort or feels risky, it gets flagged as a threat to that survival. And this is what that survival instinct actually sounds like inside your head. It's that cozy little voice of comfort, the voice of, "I'll do it later." It is an expert negotiator, isn't it? Always got a good reason to take the easy road. And the source material puts it perfectly. Listening to this voice doesn't create warriors, it creates watchers. People who just dream, but never actually move. Okay, so we've established we can't just wish this voice away. So how do we beat it? Well, it takes a radical, complete shift in how we think. We have to stop avoiding pain and start using it as our fuel. So instead of seeing pain and resistance and difficulty as bad things you need to run from, we've got to redefine them. Think of pain as a form of currency. It's literally the price you have to pay to buy the things you really want. Things like growth and power and strength. There's just no other way to get them. And this is the mindset shift in a nutshell. For most people, that feeling of, I really don't want to do this, is a stop sign. It's a warning to retreat back to what's comfortable. The goal is to flip that switch. You want that feeling of resistance to become your green light. It becomes the trigger, the signal that says, go, now. So here it is. This is your new mental script. The second your brain serves up that old, familiar excuse, "I don't feel like it," your new, automatic, lightning-fast response is, "Good. That means I must." You're not even debating anymore. You're just using its own resistance as your command to move. All right, so the mindset is your strategy, but you need a weapon for the actual moment of battle. And that weapon is called the 3-second kill switch. You know that moment of hesitation when you're deciding whether to get out of bed or hit the snooze button, to make that phone call or just put it off? That is the danger zone. That tiny window of time is where your brain's survival instinct always wins. The kill switch is designed to slam that window shut. And here's how it works. It's brutally simple. The instant you feel that hesitation, you just start counting down. 3, 2, 1. And on act, you physically move. You launch the covers off the bed, you stand up, you dial the number. The key is this: no thoughts, just movement. Action is the ultimate cure for overthinking. Okay, so we've got the mindset, and we've got a tactic for those individual moments of weakness. But how do we make this strength a consistent part of who we are? That brings us to what we call a daily war mode. Forget all those complicated, overwhelming morning routines you see all over the internet. The goal here is not about being complex. It's about being consistent in the face of discomfort. All you need is one simple daily ritual that you absolutely do not feel like doing. And these rituals, they don't have to be some monumental thing. A cold shower, a quick set of push-ups, waking up just a little bit earlier than you want to. Each one is like a small act of war against your own weakness. It's a daily training session where you teach your brain, hey, I'm in command here, not you. This is so critical. You have to abandon the idea that you need to wait for motivation to show up. Motivation is a result of action, not the other way around.
The real goal is to just act consistently until your brain finally learns the new rules and just shuts up and follows your lead.
So, all of this leads us to the final, and honestly, the most profound part of this entire process. It's about moving beyond just doing hard things to fundamentally changing who you are. This quote just nails the essence of this final step. Waiting around to feel disciplined is a losing game. It'll never happen. The real shift happens when you stop waiting for a feeling and you just make a decision. You decide the identity you want, and then you just start acting like that person. And let's be crystal clear. This whole process, it's not about productivity hacks or fixing your daily schedule. It's way deeper. It's about a fundamental rewiring of your identity. Every cold shower, every 3-second decision. It's not just a task you check off a list. It's a vote you cast for the new version of you. And this is the end game. The ultimate goal isn't just to be able to get through a tough task. It's to build an identity that actively looks for challenges, that does its best work when the pressure is on. It's to become someone who doesn't just put up with resistance, but actually thrives in it. This is a declaration of war. It's drawing a line in the sand. The old patterns, the old excuses, that old habit of listening to the voice of comfort, that chapter of your life is over. The version of you that was a slave to your own mind, it ends now. Today. And that leaves us with one final, very powerful question. See, this isn't just about destroying old habits. It's about creation. With that old version of you gone, there's an empty space. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Who exactly are you going to build to take